Hey there, hello my friends. Amnor Hunter here from amnorhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you in another video. Today I want to share with you this cool new free plugin by the Russian developer Yuri Semenov. This is the YS Balance, and it's a 10-band equalizer, dynamic equalizer I should mention. Some of the features in this plugin I think are like worth money actually, so this plugin shouldn't be free, but it's free and nonetheless. And I am always amazed at how some developers give away their work like that. It's pretty generous of them, in this case by Yuri Semenov. The link is in the video description for you to download it. It's available for Windows and Mac. The download is going to be in the video description of this piece of content, right, by Yuri Semenov, and in his YouTube channel. And here in the video description, it's the link for a Google Drive link to download it for Windows or Mac. There is a stereo version and a mono version of this plugin. You can get both in one in the download, right? You actually get both of these downloads in a single file. So before we begin with the content, let me invite you quickly to my website, amnorhunter.com, where you can get some additional free stuff, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also some additional free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses and drum sample packs. Don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I'm updating almost on a daily basis with tons of content like this. Let me know if you are here in the live stream. I am always happy and interested to know your opinions about these tools, and I love to engage in conversations with you guys about these tools. So now let me take you to my DAW here, and let's check out the YS Balance. So this is a 10-band dynamic equalizer, right? So here are the 10 bands, right? 31 Hertz, 63, 125, 250, 500, 1000, 2K, 4K, 8K, and 16K, right? So the cool thing about this is that you can make any of these 10 bands dynamic, right? I will show that with more detail in a moment. And also, you have the mid-side processing. So for each one of the bands, you can process the mid image or the sides of the image, right? It's like, so for instance, on the low end, for instance, you want to process the center image, and if you want to leave the sides out of the mid image, you can do that. We have the faders here. These are the main faders, right? For each one of the bands. This is the fader for the gain for the mid image, right? For the center of this particular frequency range, 31 Hertz. And this is the fader for the sides. Whatever is on the sides in this frequency range, right? Which is useful to put the lower frequencies in mono, right? So we could lower this, right, to leave anything that it's down here in mono, for instance, right? Or only focused in the mid image. Okay, so we can solo each one of the bands, right, with this. And also one cool thing is that we can link this L on each one of the channels. We link both of the faders, right? And also both of the thresholds. This is the threshold for this particular frequency range, right? And also we have a general and universal threshold here, right? As you can see, moving as well. This threshold is for the mid image, for the center, and this threshold is for the side image, right? We can link these two together like this, and we can compress the whole signal, right? Based on this threshold or these thresholds as well, these individual thresholds. So this is the universal threshold, right? And we have also attack and release, universal, right? Attack and release. As you can see, it's changing all of the parameters here, all of the channels, right? Attack and release. Double click and it resets to default, right? We can reset with this. We can solo as well, only the mid image, right? With this green button, we have only the center of any one of the different frequency bands, right? And we can like process only the center and mid image, and we can also process only the sides, right? So for instance, we can process, for instance, on the top frequencies, top end frequencies, higher frequencies, we can process the sides, right? We can increase the volume or the compression of only the sides, or higher frequencies, for instance, right? So awesome features and controls for a free plugin. I think it's yeah, it feels like stealing, to be honest. But now let me show you. I'm gonna play you some an audio here. You see this these frequencies jumping, right? As like I mentioned, the left on each one of the bands, the left meter is for the center or mid image, and the right meter is for the side image, right? And for instance, we can increase this, and we are compressing here. As you can see, if I increase the threshold, I'm gonna start compressing here. We have the gain reduction, right? Again, left gain reduction for the center or mid image, right gain reduction for the sides. It can be a bit confusing perhaps, but yeah, only understanding one channel, you will quickly understand everything. So I have these drums. Let me show you. Okay, we can use, so for instance, here I have soloed the mid image, right? I'm gonna start compressing, right? Only the mid image or center, right? Here I have the gain reduction, as you can see. So it's a lot of control for each one of the bands, right? I can solo each one of the bands. Right? Like that. I can increase the threshold to have more gain reduction here. Right? I can increase the volume of this frequency range, 500 hertz, or decrease it, right? Like this, right? So it's a dynamic EQ, but it doesn't work like other dynamic EQs, right? It has a unique workflow, but a lot of control, right? Yeah, I mean, in 10 bands of dynamic equalization, I mean, yeah, it's a steal, definitely. So let's lower the low end here. We can compress the low end like this. Right? And we have a more controlled low end. And now let's solo the sides. Okay? Here we have the faders in the right. So for instance, let's solo. So we don't need any of this on the sides. So we can like remove any kick drum bleed to the sides, right? For instance. And we can like feature some frequencies, frequency ranges. And let's listen to the whole stereo image. Okay, I have some compression. I don't have compression on the sides. Let's start to introduce some compression on the sides. Here we're going to see some gain reduction, as you can see here. Okay, the whole stereo image. Yeah, I lowered, if you remember, I lowered the low end on the side image, the kick drum. So this. And I am compressing, as you can see here. Or another thing that we can do is we can link both mid image and side image, and we can compress the whole thing. Let me reset everything. Default. Okay, and I'm going to increase the threshold and also change the attack. Medium attack. Here we have a fast attack, right? Before, tighter low end because it's compressing here. But for instance, we can look for the snare track or something. For instance, and we can compress this part. And we can feature this frequency range a bit more. We can link it, right? I'm sorry, it's with the L. Before, after. We can cut some like 500 hertz in the mid image. Okay. So yeah, you can really get into the nitty-gritty of the sound, right? The full sound, all of these different frequency ranges. And let's also check it out quickly here on a full mix. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna start compressing. Okay, so let's link threshold. Okay, I'm compressing, especially the center image, right, where the kick drum, the bass guitar lives. The snare. We have more gain reduction here than on higher frequencies. There I am compressing. Okay, that's the mid image. Let's solo. Okay, here we have the mid range, the guitars and cymbals, of course. We can make this brighter, add more cymbals, right? I am getting rid of a lot of low end there because I'm compressing. Okay. Before. Before. After. Okay. We can add, for instance, more guitars. The sides, right? And we can feature more low end, for instance, at 63 hertz. Okay. Before, after, compensating with the output here, and we have also a clip, which is very handy to not overload the outputs. Before. Oof, it feels more open because we increased the cymbals and the high frequencies on the sides, right? And a bit of guitars. Feels more bigger, more stereo. So yeah, pretty cool plugin by Yuri Semenov. Let me check out now the CPU performance of this one. So I have it here on the master. 1.5%. Let me turn it off. And it's 0.02. Now let me turn it on again. Okay, it goes up to 1.4, 1.5% of CPU performance. So it's very, very lightweight. Yeah, I am always amazed at these free plugins. They are amazing. They are optimized as well for low CPU consumption. So yeah, pretty generous of Yuri Semenov in giving this EQ away. Let me know what you think of this plugin, my friends. I am always happy and interested to know your opinions about these tools. I see some people here in the chat. Buddy Ollie, greets from Europe. Greetings, my friend, to Europe. Thanks a lot for being here. Gavin Hughes, hope you're good, mate. Thanks a lot, my friend. I am fine. Thanks a lot for asking. Yuri Semenov is a genius. Facts. I agree with you, Octavius. Acoustic is here. Hello, Acoustic. David says, David has a good look. Tiene buena pinta, una idea genial. A great idea, says David. De acuerdo contigo, David. I agree with you, my friend. Buddy Ollie says, would be great if you could route each band to a track to record it. That would be a great, cool feature. Dave Ian is here. Hello, Dave. Jose Casanova, I love from Orlando, Florida. Looks interesting. Thanks a lot, Jose, for your comment, my friend, here on the live stream. Hiding from the cold today. Yuri is amazing. Your words, how he manages it. So funny. Yeah, he's a great developer. It reminds me of Vadim Taranov, the Russian developer of guitar amp simulators. Great free, one of the best free amp sims, even competing with paid amp sims. Jacine, hello Jacine. Cal Golden is here. Hello, Cal. Thanks a lot for being here, my friend. FYDY77. Cheers, Amner. Saludos hasta Querétaro, amigo. Aquí tenemos un paisano. Saludos desde Sonora hasta Querétaro. I have here a fellow countryman. Nest Force. Is this more for mastering? It's for buses and for individual tracks as well, but for mastering, I think for fine tune, would be great. Semenov is a suspicious name, says the tasteful thickness. Why do you think that? Jedediah here. Whoa, this is a slick looking EQ. What's up, Emre? Hope you're having a great 2026. Jedediah here. Thanks a lot for the kind words, my friend. Happy 26 to you as well. David Peaston. What's up? Hello, David. And Jeremiah. Thanks a lot for being here, my friend. I appreciate it very much, and enjoy the freebie. It's a great one. Remember that I have some free stuff on my website, free PDF guides and ebooks, some extra free tools. Don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I'm updating almost on a daily basis. The links for these tools are in the video description. Thanks a lot, my friends. I appreciate it very much, you being here. Take care, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye-bye.